Third? Like, why would you brag about being third?
Who did?
Somebody here. Somebody on the Highdeology.
I didn't know.
It's like third.
Third.
What the fuck is your problem?
Maybe they're an Earthbound fan.
Third.
There's something in Earthbound about why it's best to be third.
Oh.
Probably reading too much into their stupid comment.
Probably. How do I know if a graph has no roots but has cycles? It's a gut feeling. You gotta trust your gut. That's what I would do if that appeared on a test. Go with my gut.
I guess we'll watch them in alphabetical order.
Yeah, we're prepping the Super Bowl commercials episode. I was trying to talk myself into not dreading it. Last night I had myself talked into not dreading it too bad, but now that it's imminent,
Here.
I'm just like, oh, fuck. Here we go. Commercials were terrible. I don't know.
I mean, they're terrible every year. For some reason, though, people will watch the Super Bowl just to see the commercials. It's like, ooh, I want to see what the corporation's got for me this year.
I mean, it's kind of a uniquely American enterprise, isn't it? Advertisement as
I mean, like, my dad used to
entertainment.
watch the Super Bowl for the commercials, but I understood it with him because he was, like, super into, like, marketing and shit.
Yeah.
Like, he actually, like, had, like, a passion for marketing, sadly enough. But I don't understand it for normal, everyday people. They're just like, man, I can't wait to see what shit they're gonna try to get me to buy next.
Yeah. I mean, if I had watched the Super Bowl yesterday, which I didn't, I probably would have been more interested in the commercials than the game. I remember when I was a kid, I was excited about the commercials.
I had no interest in either team, so I ended up just making Scotty a bet so that I could have like a stake in it. I just pretty much like, all right, who you going for? He's like, Chiefs. All right, 49ers, $100.
Just so you could care.
Yeah, I lost $100.
Yeah, way to go. Picked wrong.
It's a fucking fast game, I'll tell you that.
Was it?
Yeah, it went by like crazy quick for a fucking football game, even with all the ads. I think it's because there wasn't very many penalties, and there really wasn't like, I don't know, they both were kind of playing like at a fast pace, so.
Huh.
Most of the timeouts went unused. I think that there was only like 2 or 3 timeouts used the entire fucking game.
Pair of goody two-shoes teams. Yeah, I couldn't even fool myself into giving a shit about either of those teams. Fuck them. Some dude's puzzling out a math problem in chat. This does not bode well. Does not bode well for the entirety of chat.
Super Bowl halftime show was sexual exploitation, evangelist Franklin Graham says. Hell yeah.
Oh man.
You tell him, Franklin Graham, you tell him.
Good for Franklin.
I don't expect the world to act like the church, but our country has had a sense of moral decency on primetime television in order to protect children. We see that disappearing before our eyes.
See primetime television disappearing before your eyes, dipshit.
It was demonstrated tonight in the Pepsi Super Bowl halftime show with millions of children watching. This exhibition was Pepsi showing young girls that sexual exploitation of women is okay. With the exploitation of women on the rise worldwide, instead of lowering the standard, we as a society should be raising it. A super feministy take, I like it.
Yeah.
Except it's kind of hard to make the argument that those fucking multi-millionaire women are being exploited. If anything, I think they're exploiting everyone else.
They're exploiting the children, TJ.
Oh yeah.
Which species would you choose to overthrow humans?
Ants.
I mean, that's probably the... Insects are going to be next up. As we make this world unlivable, it'll be the insects that rise. So, cockroaches, ants,
A cockroach.
spiders, and walking sticks.
Oh yeah, those are cool.
Still working on a script for The Amazing Atheist Kills a Bunch of People. What should the inciting incident be? I mean, the maddest I've ever seen TJ get was after being harangued by Scotty for something. So Scotty should harangue him for something.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because, you know, I've seen TJ pissed, but never more pissed than when Scotty is haranguing him about something. So, there you go. There's your inciting
You should be
incident.
haranguing me to eat a piece of cauliflower. I hate cauliflower.
There you go. Scotty threw all his cigarettes into a pool. Ooh, that would do it.
Yeah, that does it too.
That would do it. That would be the one.
John Kerry running for president.
He denied it.
Yeah. He's like, no, I support Biden.
My good friend Biden.
Biden. Here's gonna win, and he's gonna beat Trump. He's gonna beat him like a drum.
Why is fucking... Have you seen Carrie's face lately?
Didn't he get Botox a bunch of times?
I don't know. It looks like a big leather mask or something. It's weird.
Let's see.
His face looks real weird.
Oh man, dude. God, he looks like I don't know. I don't even know what the fuck he looks like. I can't even think of a fucking analogy. He looks a little bit like the tall man from Phantasm, but with hair.
It's terrible. Yeah, I tried to watch David Lynch's new short film on Netflix, and I got about 5 minutes into it, and I tapped out. I couldn't hang anymore. It's a dude interviewing a monkey. And the monkey has that thing that Conan O'Brien used to do with faces back in the day, where they replace the eyes and the mouth with a real mouth. And none of the questions make any sense. There's no flow to it. There's no actual conversation going on. It's actually just David Lynch sitting there interviewing a monkey. It was definitely a troll job. That sounds really funny. It's not. Unfortunately, it isn't. But you don't have to take my word for it.
Yeah, you can go to Netflix. Right?
Yeah, go watch that shit on Netflix if you want. But what the monkey's saying at the end of it. I wouldn't know. Like I said, I got about 5 or 10 minutes into it, and I was like, okay. Well, I'm done with this. I'm over it.
For me.
I'm over it. I'll be wishing me a happy day. The Super Bowl is similar to our elections. Both are sponsored by corporations, and you have an equal say in who wins. You know, there you go. What an insight. When I drop my new song featuring TJ and Paul yelling, will you listen to it on stream and make fun of it? I mean, maybe. Maybe, but probably not. How's that? Do you remember the first time you had Gatorade, i.e. the most magical moment of your life? No, I don't remember the first time I had Gatorade. Paul, was it your decision to keep your relationship more private with your girlfriend? Would like to hear what made the change? I just don't, I don't have any interest in having anybody involved in my personal life except for me. In fact, if I could divest myself from my personal life, I would. I feel like it's not even really my business. No, nothing. In my experience, nothing good comes from getting too personal with people that, you know what I mean, you don't know and will never meet. Is there going to be another meetup? Probably. I'm getting married tomorrow under the cover of darkness. Good. You've already told too many people. Is that why you don't stream from your front porch and PC anymore, because you want to be more private? No, I just haven't really been in the mood to do Highdeologies and more than just little short bursts lately. They've always kind of been cyclical for me. Like, I'll go through a period of time where I just really want to do them all the time, and then I burn myself out on them. I've been burnt out on the Highdeologies for a while now. The gauntlet of stupidity, you know what I mean? It gets a little tough to bear. You don't love me. Quit saying you love me. You don't. Is it bad to say it's my favorite pessimist production? I enjoy the realism. No, it's not bad. I'm sure there are other people who feel similarly.
I never understand that.
What?
People who think like, are you gonna be offended if I say that this thing is actually my favorite?
It's like, no.
People will say that about Flash Fried sometimes. Like, I actually like Flash Fried the best. I like it better than me. I was like, I don't give a fuck as long as you like something I'm doing.
That's why we have multiple shows. We're trying to appeal to a broader swath of people.
Gotta get them hooks in somehow.
We get a progress update on the new set you guys are building. Got a bunch of stuff out on order. TJ told me our new table shipped.
Yeah, we got a table coming. We got some mic stands coming. We got some background stuff coming. I don't want to reveal too much because I want it to be a surprise.
I do. I want to reveal everything.
All right. Well, we're gonna have some faux wood paneling behind us, and not faux wood paneling. We're actually gonna build a shack.
We're gonna build a shack out in the middle of the swamp.
Yeah.
Lit by moonlight only.
Moonlight lit shack in the swamp from which to conduct our business.
What more than anything frustrates you about being an internet content creator / streamer? I don't know. I mean, in comparison to other jobs I have, there's not a lot of frustration.
And I mean, what frustration you do have, you can always like use.
Yeah.
Like if you're pissed off one day, you can always do a pissed off show and like blow off some steam.
Yeah.
Or like, I don't know. A lot of times you can like take your emotions and put them in your performance.
Like other jobs I've worked have been so incredibly, undescribably frustrating that it's hard for me to really genuinely bitch too much about my current job.
Like if you're working at Starbucks or something, you can't like put your anger into your Starbucks performance, People will be scared. Here's your fucking coffee, you stupid piece of shit.
Yeah, and then you're fired.
That's gotta get.
Love you, Paul, but already gave my big bucks away. That's okay, dude. Don't worry about it. I forgive you. You are forgiven. You are forgiven. What up, peaches? You tried Raising Cane's? Yeah. I know a lot of people worship Raising Cane's, but I'm going to tell you a little something about Raising Cane's, okay? 2 words. Too floppy. Their chicken tenders are not crisp enough. They're floppy. You pick them up and it's like a big dong. Their sauce is good. The Raising Cane sauce is good. But I prefer a thinner, crispier chicken tender. No, the sauce is the realest. I'm not gonna lie, the sauce is good. But I'm not a big fan of the tenders themselves. Paul, how long do you think you could live in a van? Depends on the van, honestly. Like if it was one of those old like furbished vans that had like a little bed in the back of it and like a little cooking station, I could probably live forever in a van. But if it was just a normal van, probably not very long. Do you listen to John 5? No, I don't. How long do you think you could live out in the wilderness like Bear Grylls? About an hour and a half. Maybe 2 hours. You ever gone fishing? Yeah. I used to fish when I was a kid. I won a bass fishing contest one time. I was little. I was like 6 years old, and my dad took me out fishing, and he had a normal fishing rod, and I had this kind of like joke kids fishing rod. It was a Snoopy from the Peanuts, little blue fishing rod, for a kid. I just put like a night crawler on a hook, and I just dropped my hook in the water. And it must have like hit a giant bass at the bottom in the head or something, because I caught this enormous fucking bass. I was the winner that year. Sir. Paul, if you could fart and it could smell good, how would it smell? Like roast beef, probably.
Roast fucking beef.